Hello, I'm Dr. Margaret, and as usual, I always try and make a video that helps someone out there in the world. Today, I've chosen the subject of suicide. There are lots of people all over the world that are having emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual lows. And if I'm reaching out to you right now and I'm talking to you, I want you to understand that I do know what it's like to be acutely depressed. I've been there. I've done that. In fact, I've even died, not by deliberate swallowing pills, but by taking too many tranquilizers. And over a period of time, I poisoned myself without knowing it. Of course, that was years and years ago, but it made me realize that I had been looking at the world with the wrong eyes, as it were. So I would like to talk to you and try and help you to lift your thoughts and move away from the fact that you feel depressed, miserable, alone, misunderstood, forgotten, not able to help yourself in any way. I know it's awful. I just sat there for hours with this miserable face saying I can't do anything. But you know, when I had my crisis, I actually found out that all the people around me who'd been in some way in my way were actually the people who helped me and supported me to come back to be even stronger than I could ever have imagined. And of course today, here I am, 30, 40 years later, much better, stronger, powerful. So I hope you'll see me as a role model. There are many people out there in the world who've been through crisis of some sort. And once they've got over that horrible depression, they've come back feeling so much more than they ever thought of before. So what I want to do is to speak to you in the heart. I want to reach you deep inside yourself and help you today. The first thing that I want you to be aware of is that you are what you think. So if you think there's no one going to help you, then guess what? No matter how many people turn up to try and help you, you are going to refuse their help. You're going to say, my ideas prioritize any ideas that they give me. And so what I actually do is block hearing words that would help me to improve myself. Now, of course, there are lots of ideas in the world about recovery. There are lots of things like pills, medications to make you feel better. I have to tell you, I know by example, they didn't make me feel better, they simply numbed my brain. One of the most popular drugs out there now for people who are depressed and can't see their way is Abilify. But if you listen to the commercial, they'll tell you it has many, many side effects. So why would you depend on a pill rather than someone who has some ideas to help you grow out of the state of mind you're in and come back to a better point of view? You know, when we're small children, we learn by observation. Have you opened up your eyes and looked out there at the world, and have you judged it? I know I did. I thought to myself, here I am, I'm a minister, I'm doing all sorts of things, and I can go out there and say to people, hey, you can do this, you can do that. I'll change you. I'll help you be different. But I realized I had a very narrow point of view, because my point of view in those early days, as much as I was well known and psychic and a healer and all these things, it was all about those people out there and never about myself. So over time, I became the sacrificial lamb. You know, work my butt off and do all sorts of things for everyone, feel tired and exhausted at the end of the day, and then rationalize, explain and excuse myself for doing so much because it was all so important and I had to make sure everyone was safe. What I didn't realize was that I was trying to make them safe so that I would feel safe. I was trying to help them so that my world would feel more stable. But the more I got involved with those insecure people, the more insecure I became, until I was weighed down. I was like Atlas, holding up the world. And I was trying so much to not break under the weight. And I did. I broke. I lost myself. It's very important to understand that we can only take on so much. So even if we judge and rationalize and explain and excuse and fantasize, whatever we're doing, it's all in the mind. Perhaps you've listened to me talk before on some of my videos on my radio show, and you've heard me talk about how the brain runs faster than the speed of light. Now, some of you may not know what that is, and it's not important, but it is important to understand that you do know that light travels very, very quickly. So the moment you think a thought, it's already run through every nervous system that you could possibly think of, that supplies your liver, your pancreas, your spleen, that supplies your heart, that supplies your adrenal glands, and so on. And before you know where you are, you're in a tears. You're having a panic. You're afraid. Afraid of what? Failure or success? Do you know, most of the people that I know who are depressed, they're not afraid of failure. They live in failure. They say every day, I'm afraid, I'm a failure. What they're really afraid of is success. It may sound funny, but one of my ideas when I was a child was, okay, so these hands are healing hands. I've been healing war casualties. You can read about that in my book. I've been healing war casualties since I was a baby. So, all right, I'm a healer. I'll go out in the world and I'll heal everyone. And I wanted to do that. But at the same time, I thought, I don't want to be Jesus. I don't want to have everybody clinging to me and holding me and wanting me to work a miracle every second of the day. So I had a conflict. I want to heal and I don't want to heal. And of course, what I learned is I can only heal the people who want to be healed. I have a new book out. It's called Journey into an Unknown World. The Way to Oneness Revisited. The original book was put out in German, called Journey into an Unknown World in German, and I put it out here in the States and to our students around the world as The Way to Oneness. Back in those days, nobody knew what oneness was. But I'm happy to say that that book went into East Berlin as soon as the wall came down, so all those people who had no idea about themselves got to get help. You might like to get that book. Years later, I wrote The Rejection Syndrome, and you can find my video on that book, so I'm not going to talk about it now. But I do want you to know that if you're in depression and if you feel suicidal, you are in rejection of your own success. You're in rejection of opportunities that will come to you and cause changes in your life. So even though you may be saying, I hate the way I am and I hate the way things are, what you're actually doing is saying, I'm enjoying staying in the same thing over and over again because it's my known world. And if it's my known world, while I may not like it, I feel safe. Well, to change, to climb out of the dark hole, one has to realize that climbing the mountain is hard work. But when you get to the top, it's worth it because you've got this panoramic view of everything that you can see. So what did I do to help me come back? The first thing I did was I told myself, no one in the world can help me but me, because it's my brain and no one else is inside my body listening to my brain. So no matter how much I tell them what I'm thinking and feeling, they don't get it because they're not me. So the first thing I had to say to me was have a serious talk to me myself and tell myself, hey, stop being a person who wallows in self-pity. Stop being a wart, worrying about the world and whether or not there'll be a flood next week or whether my children are safe in school. I had to say to myself over and over again that I was not going to think those old thoughts again. So given practice and self-hypnosis and doing my crystal acupuncture to align my 5 bodies and doing my pterogram therapy to rebuild my chakras and then exercising and going out and about and meeting people, I started to notice I had a different point of view. Instead of, oh look, that person's limping and I need to heal them, I started to think, I wonder why they're limping. And I'd ask about them. And they tell me their issues and their problems. And I suddenly realized, I've got those issues and problems too. We're the mirror image. And of course, I learned a great deal about other people. And that learning took me inward into the joy of being me, Margaret. Not Dr. Margaret, not Reverend Margaret, not the woman down the street that can do a reading, not the woman up the street that can give you some formulas to make you feel better, just plain Margaret. And so, little by little, I rebuilt me up and began to realize there was so much more to me than I'd ever imagined. My spirit self was far greater than my physical body. So I learned to evolve, to listen to the oneness, to listen to my spirit guides, to listen to the advice of other people, which I might not have taken, but at least it opened my mind up to know more about myself as I listened to them, and to understand that I needed to erase self-judgment, self-fear, self-guilt, self-worry, and so on. We all have lots of things going on about ourselves. I was talking to someone recently and I said, why don't you start crocheting? And she said, I don't know how. And I said, I'll teach you. And she said, oh, would you? And I said, yes. And immediately she started to make excuses as to when she would be free or wouldn't be free. And I could see very clearly she was blocking herself from trying to learn how to crochet. Having a hobby is one of the best things because it gives you every opportunity to escape from the trials and tribulations of life. I like to play the piano, I like to sing. I'm not trying to be a superstar, it's just for me. I like to please me. You've got to find things that you like to do that will please you. Now I've given you enough thought for today, so now I'd like to give you some hypnosis. So if you're ready, I'd like you to take a deep breath all the way in and all the way out. Just relax. Let go of today. I want you to know that hypnosis is not controlling you. I'm not making you do anything you don't want to do. In fact, you could even switch off this video right now if you wanted to, but I hope you won't. So what I want you to do again is now listen to me. You don't have to watch me. Just close your eyes and take a deep breath all the way in, all the way down to your belly and all the way out. That's it. And as you do that, I'd like you to say to yourself out loud, repeat after me, I give myself permission to put myself in hypnosis. Now you say that. And take another deep breath. All the way in and all the way out. Very good. And again, breathe all the way in and all the way out. And repeat after me aloud. I have come to the end of my negativity. I am ready for my positive life to evolve. Very good. And take another deep breath all the way in and all the way out. I'd like you to take yourself into hypnosis with me. I'm going to count from 5 down to 0, and I'd like you to say it out loud with me, because you're in charge of yourself. 5. Say out loud, I'm going deeper. 4. Deeper. 3. 3 is my very safe number. I learned to count when I was a child. 1, 2, 3. 3 is my safe number. Very good. Deeper. 2. More relaxed. 1. Even deeper. I am in hypnosis now. Very good. Breathe in and out. With every breath you take, you live life. And as you breathe in and out, you recognize that you like to breathe in and out. Breathing gives you strength. Breathing gives you power. Breathing gives you peace. Use the whole of your lungs. Breathe from your belly all the way up to your nose. And hold it for a minute. And breathe all the way down. This is very good. You can do this as often as you want to. And now, with your eyes shut, I'd like you to look up, as it were, to your brain and talk to your brain and say to your brain, I am moving into a positive cycle. Say it out loud. Say it softly inside. Say it again. I am moving into a positive cycle. Very good. And now speak to your brain and say, I am balancing all the chemistry in my brain. My left and right brain are harmonizing. And allow your brain to coordinate. All your old memories, all your history are being assimilated into what you've learned. Everything you've learned, your skills, your talents, every inspiration, every paranormal sense, everything that you've ignored is awakening for you to use it in a very positive way. And as you think about your brain balancing, energy is moving from the center of your brain all the way down through your third eye so that you see and perceive the world very positively. And as it moves on down through your throat chakra, which is your throat area, you can see you want to talk only about the positive things. You'll talk positively to yourself. You'll talk positively to the world. And on down through your heart chakra, your heart breathing in and out, allowing you to feel and know true feelings of peace, tranquility. And in spite of any negative things that occur, you will breathe deeply and feel this inner peace. And the energy is flowing on down into your solar plex area where you've been so agitated, so worried, so anxious. Feel it calming down. Rather like a storm at the ocean, it's calming down to be like a little pool, calm, peaceful, relaxed. And as that sense of relaxation flows into your base chakra, you are now at peace with your life. You know that your journey through the world and through time has brought you to this time of learning now, today. And today you are master of yourself. You are magnificent. You are beautiful. You are God inside. Take a deep breath and believe that and feel that and say aloud, I am at peace. I am God inside me. I am created and exist to live joyfully. That's very good. And now that you've allowed all your major chakras to be healed, you want to be in balance. Well, I won't teach you too much about the Spleen Chakra today. I will tell you that running from left rear to right front is where it sits, passing through your liver, your pancreas, your spleen, your kidneys, your bowels, the bottom of your lungs, all that area. We need to generate energy there. We need to think of energy going back and forward like a current of energy, charging you up, giving you energy, washing away your weaknesses, giving you strength. And of course, listening to my voice is helping you. And whenever you see my face online, whenever you listen to my radio show on Web Talk Radio, or watch my videos, or see me on my books, or somewhere, whenever you see my face, you'll remember this meditation. And whenever you breathe in and out, you'll also remember this meditation has helped you to rise above the negativity, to become very, very positive. And that's very good. So now say to yourself out loud, I am positive. Learning is easy. I can do new things easily. I am ready to explore. I feel powerful, strong, and independent. That's very good. And now I want you to count yourself awake with me and repeat after me what I say. 1. I'm rising up. I feel lighter and brighter. 2. I receive the light and the healing energy from the oneness. I am happy. And rising up 3. I am safe. I will always be safe. I am safe and I can take care of myself. I put myself first to learn. And coming on up 4, I'm going to build the life I want, step by step, day by day. I embrace success. Very good. And 5, I am positive. Very good. Now open your eyes and look at me. I want you to understand that you have taken my suggestions and you have put yourself into hypnosis and you have reprogrammed your brain, your nervous system, and your body to be positive. Now, to make sure you're totally out of hypnosis, let's count with your eyes open. Say aloud, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, my eyes are open, I'm wide awake. That's very good. Now, to help you a little bit further, if you go to my radio show, Web Talk Radio, /shows/journey into an unknown world / it'll take you directly to my program. You're going to find there's a link there. That link you can download and you will get my free Manifesting Your Dreams hypnosis to take you even further from today. And if you'd like even more for healing, then go to www.doctor, that's Dr. Margaret, MargaretRVC.com and get my healing hypnosis meditation. People around the world are downloading these and giving me feedback that they really help. And I want to help you reach your goals, your ambitions, your dreams. I want to help you come out of the pit of negativity and rise up into the light. Let me know. Write to me. My address is drmargaretrvc@gmail.com. And you can find more about me on my website, www.sumariscenter.com. One last thing I'd like to say, if you look below this video, you're going to see the links I've talked about, but please share it. Share it with anyone and everyone you know who needs help, or has family who needs help, or work colleagues who need help. There is always someone who needs help. Help me help the world, and you'll help yourself too. Thank you for listening to me, and I am eternally grateful for that. Blessings.